check this out. This right here is the Bluetti AC300, and it's wired in parallel with Westwood's 5 kilowatt battery, powering the sub panel, which powers almost all of my 120 volt loads. If you want to find out what I did, how I did it, then stay tuned and watch the video. Like, share, subscribe. I got the 3 400 watt JJN solar panels. Ran into this breaker box, which I don't really like these. I think I'm gonna get the IMO disconnects, and then it runs down into this. I gotta get a box for this and this, but I'm not done yet. But I dug a trench all the way up. This is my other array. It's a 320 watt Q cell solar panels, and it does the same thing. See, it's ran into this, ran up into that, and then goes underground all the way up, all the way up into here, and then it runs inside the house right here. It comes through the wall down here, and then after it comes out of that PVC, it winds up, because I don't really know what the end product is. I'm thinking about getting an inverter up here, maybe like a SunGold 6500 or like a EG4 6000 XP or something. But anyways, it runs through that to these breakers. Now after the breakers, it runs to the Bluetti solar cable input wire. It runs into this. I'm only getting 1200 watts right now, but it's at 99%, so after that it runs out of the 30 amp port. It switches over to the L1430 up in here, and this right here is the generator inlet port. It's supposed to be hooked up outside, I think, but then this cable runs up into here, and whenever it switches, it goes from one hot, a ground, and a neutral, and then it switches over to 2 hots, 1 ground, and a neutral, and that feeds up into this breaker right here. And then so the 120 from the Bluetti powers both the hot legs on both sides of this, so it's essentially powering all these. And this is like my bedroom with the AC unit in the window, the living room with the AC unit in the window, the kitchen, and my daughter's bedroom as well. And this one, it don't even have nothing on it. And that's ran into this, and I got them like a I guess wire nutted, cause the wires wasn't long enough. Cause I was just gonna try to scoot them over from the top of this and then come down here, but the wire sheathing wasn't long enough to go inside there. So then I just had to wire nut them from over here, run them up through this into this one. And then, let's see, after this, oh yeah, I do have this Westwood's 48 volt lithium iron phosphate battery. It's a 5.12 kilowatt hour battery, and it runs it runs up into this, up into these two bus bars, and then after the bus bars it runs to this breaker. After the breaker it runs to this, this is actually the PO90D cable for the Solar X 4K, and it runs up into this and into the Bluetti through that expansion battery port. But I was gonna try, see, this is like the, this right here is like the pin for the Solar X 4K. It's just a RS 485, and I did try to hook it up to the 485 port on here, and it didn't work. It just alarmed out and said there was no voltage. So I couldn't run that to this. So it just runs on its own. And this battery, it don't have a Bluetooth module. It don't have a screen readout. So it just like pretty much does its own thing, and you just gotta hope that it's doing what it should be doing. But what I have figured out is like it doesn't do anything with the Bluetti until the Bluetti's down to like a lower voltage than this battery, and then this battery will run up through here down into the battery, and then it'll show like the little battery indicators on here. They'll start blinking like it's charging, but it only does that like, I think after it gets down to like 20-25%, then this battery will start charging the Bluetti system. I guess that's about it. I think I'm gonna get like a Victron Smart Shunt or something. That way I can monitor the battery. But I do want to ask, is there like a, if I get the Victron Smart Shunt, can I just hook it to one side, like coming out of this battery, or will it show me the voltage coming in through the Bluetti batteries and this battery, and discharging from the Bluetti battery and this battery? Just let me know in the comments, or let me tell me what kind of inverter you think I should get. I know that everybody does the EG4 6000 XP, but that's only because it's like a tried and true and it's earned its rep in the industry. Another thing, oh, this battery does come with all the, like the, see, this is like the quality control, so it has like, it's went through all of its stages, and I can hook the voltmeter up to it, and like it'll say that, see, here's the voltmeter, let's see, we'll switch it to the DC voltage, and if I cut this one off, that means this battery is by itself. So I can check, let me see if I can do this. See, I don't know how much you can tell, but it's reading 54.2. And then if I take this off and put it down here on the Bluetti batteries, let's see the Bluetti battery, 55.7, 55.8. But on another note, whenever you hook this battery up, you have to make sure that this battery is turned on, the Bluetti batteries are turned on before you hit the breaker, because if you don't, like if the breaker's flipped and these batteries are on, and then you power this battery, the alarm will start going off, or vice versa. Like if these batteries are off and the breaker's flipped to on, and then you try to hit this battery on, then it won't do anything at all. Like, you know how if you if you turn this battery on, then both of the batteries come on, and then the inverter part of the AC300 comes on. It won't do that. It'll just turn this battery on and it won't do anything. But I guess that's it in a nutshell. Let's see. I've been running this probably about 3 days now, just to see what it would do before I told anybody what it would do. So far, because I did have, and from switching it from one AC to running both ACs and the refrigerator and the internet, my electric bill, it says it went from like $2.80 a day to now it's averaging $2.07 a day, which isn't that much of a difference, but it's almost $1. So bringing it down here, hooking it up into the subpanel box with the breakers that, like I mentioned before, it saved me almost $1 a day, which is $30 a month. And I think it'll take me probably like 4 or 5 months just to recoup like all the little stuff that you have to buy to do it. Not the big stuff. It'll take you a lot longer to do that. But anyways, like it will $30 a month. And this right here, this is the Eaton subpanel with a 10 space breaker box, subpanel box. But this right here came with this 100 amp, it came with this 30 amp, and it came with these two 15 amps, and that was $80. So then all I had to do was buy these two, which was like $10 a piece. And then this right here was like $30. And then the wire and stuff is about $200 maybe to do it. Not the big stuff. It'll take you a lot longer to do that. But anyways, like it will $30 a month. And this right here, this is the Eaton subpanel with a 10 space breaker box, subpanel box. But this right here came with this 100 amp, it came with this 30 amp, and it came with these two 15 amps, and that was $80. So then all I had to do was buy these two, which was like $10 a piece. And then this right here was like $30. And then the wire and stuff is about $200 maybe. Probably closer to like $170-ish for that. And you could have went with the transfer switch, but I think that this right here is way better, like for like future projects.